Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Marciano, and I'm a cosplayer. Why did I decide to cosplay? Okay, so let's take it back a little bit. So about 2009 is when I first discovered cosplay, but I seen people cosplay as different characters, like, you know, the anime, so it was like Naruto and other things like that, and I seen videos on YouTube of people getting like a parody group and they would make fun of the characters in the show and stuff, and I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really cool, but I never got into it. I was really afraid, and I wanted to dive into that scenery, but I couldn't picture myself there, so I just backed off of it. But I've always knew it existed since 2009, but I've never done it until this year. And the reason why I cosplay Spider-Man is because for one, he's probably my favorite Marvel character, and is because I stopped liking him. And if you can not like a character and the character makes you love them again, that's how you know they're your favorite. So Spider-Man for me was always an inspirational character, but I'll admit that I fell off of that character because I didn't like how throughout the generations the character was becoming. I didn't like how he was in pop culture or the media or in the comics. I didn't like what he was doing. So the movies were turning out, his comics weren't the best, and I had to rediscover my love for a character that I thought I'd forgotten. So that's why he's my favorite. Which Spider-Man is my favorite? It's always a back and forth battle between Miles Morales and Peter Parker. Miles Morales because he's the most different Spider out of most of them. There's Kane Parker and Ben Reilly as well, but Miles Morales is different because of how he was introduced into becoming Spider-Man. Like, that's the most different story that we've seen him, because he came after Peter. This was the new wave of generations for comic readers and so on and so forth. And of course, Peter Parker is one of my favorites because that is Spider-Man. Like, when you think of Spider-Man, you think of Peter Parker. You can't hate him. He's the OG. Favorite moments. My favorite moments as a Spider-Man comic reader or movie watcher, in the comics, my favorite moment was the death of Ultimate Spider-Man when he beat the Sinister Six by himself and Uncle Ben. You know, that last talk before Peter passed on was like, you know, you did good, kid, you did good. My favorite moment as a cosplayer is when I went to Chicago to C2E2 and I dressed in Ultimate Spider-Man, which is, you know, classic red and blue or whatever, and the kids, man, they were lined up like it was Disneyland, and I seen the smiles on their faces, and I thought to myself, I can keep doing this. And, you know, they were all in line like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I was like, yeah. Whew. Love you too. My favorite suits, I don't even own them yet. Like, I want Homecoming from the MCU, which is my favorite Spider-Man film suit, next to Amazing Spider-Man 1. I really like those two suits. Another suit that I really like that I don't have now is the Miles costume from Into the Spider-Verse. That suit I'm about to get it, and the movie's not out yet, but I like the way it looks. So those two. You can find me through social media, and that is Parker's Pluck. So PARKERS Pluck, and Pluck is obviously the failure of luck. So you can find me there.